Hey everybody, let's give about 2 more minutes for people to join. We'll start exactly at 6 p.m. All right, everybody, good evening. My name is Maz Khan. I am the Senior Account Manager from Bluestream Fiber. I basically work with the HOA and the board members. I'm a liaison between the property and the company, and I'm their go-to guy with anything Bluestream related. I'd like to welcome you all to the Bluestream Town Hall for Venetian Isles. I want to take a quick moment for anyone who is hearing impaired and who would like to use the interpreter that we have for sign language. Her name is Jessica. She is, if you see her, her video should be on, but if you see her, you can go onto her icon and press those 3 dots that come up on the top right of her screen, and then click to pin her so you can watch her while we go over this presentation. Here, I'll actually spotlight for everyone so she can see. There she is. All righty. I'm also gonna put it in the chat. Okay. All right, Jessica, thank you very much. So now the housekeeping is done with, let's get on with the presentation. So as you know, we've been migrating over to a more virtual Zoom webinar session. So during the presentation, I'll be going over all of our products, services, all of our install procedures. Feel free to ask questions in the chat. My team will be answering them while we're going through the presentation. I believe I have 4 of my account managers on. I have Anthony, Wayne, Andrea, and I believe I have one more person, but they all have the Bluestream on their name. So they'll be answering any of the questions while I go over this presentation. However, at the end of the presentation, I'll be going over all the questions. I'll be going into more depth, and I'll basically just repeating them to make sure we all have the same understanding. So our agenda today is we start off with who Bluestream is. I know a lot of people haven't heard of Bluestream yet, but we are growing. We are solely located in Florida. We started down in Miami and Broward area, but we've grown over across the state. And then we're going to go over the entire construction process, how to sign up for your installs, go over what products and services are being provided by the HOA, as well as any premiums and upgrades. And then at the end, we will answer some questions. All righty, guys. So as mentioned, we've been a trusted Florida-based communications provider for the past 40 years. We started doing fiber to the home service in 2002, and now that's all we do. We don't have any coax in the homes. It's all of our latest and greatest fiber technology, all underground. We've been able to get speeds of up to 1 gigabyte per second. And this is news. This is some news that hasn't come out yet, but we're expecting 10 gigabytes per second to each household in the upcoming 2022 or 2023. We also have our TV programming, 300 plus channels with TiVo, and it's a Google partner, as well as a network DVR system. Our phone has unlimited minutes with 29 features, and voicemail is also included. One of our mission statements here is we really like to focus on customer service. You know, as a smaller company, that we pride ourselves in the dedication we give to our customers. We are dedicated to providing our customers and neighbors with reliable communications, entertainment services that enrich their lives, all through the most trusted products and customer experience from a team that cares. So this mission statement, and all of my team can agree on this, really focus on customer service, giving that VIP, that white glove service to all of our customers, just to make sure, you know, what other providers can't do, we're doing in that sense. We're exclusively based in South Florida. We've actually opened up a few more locations up north in North Florida, and we're a US-based call centers only in Coral Springs and Point St. Lucie. We have a Orlando call center opening up in the year of in Q2 of 2022. So this is going to help expand our customer base. We have same day and next day in-home support. So I know some of the other providers take about a couple of days to come out. We usually have same day and next day in-home support. We provide 2-hour service appointment windows. So you're only waiting for a 2-hour window. You're not waiting for a half day or a whole day, waiting to see where your tech's going to be. We also have a dedicated network operations center, NOC for short. What they do is that they monitor an entire network. They do maintenance overnight. If anything, if they see an issue coming up, they're quick to catch it. We let the community know. So we're very proactive in our monitoring as well as troubleshooting. And they're all located in Coral Springs right now. So over the past few years, we've been growing our our customer service reviews. So on Google, if you see, we are a 4.2 rating, and with over 2,400 Google reviews. We are an A+ for Better Business Bureau, and we were also ranked #1 for the fastest broadband speeds in 2020. So Netflix does this thing where it ranks their internet service providers. We're #4 above Comcast and CenturyLink. If you look to the left, where you have some testimonials, this is just basically saying, you know, even though when our technicians go out on site, they're there, they're speaking with the customers, they're accommodating, they're being flexible with what they want, and they're just there to understand and see how to satisfy the customer's needs. On the right, we see an NPS chart. What an NPS is, a Net Promoter Score, and most companies are ranked by NPS. If you look at cable, satellite TV, internet service, they're ranked usually around that -6 margin. We're all the way up on 43. So we're doing pretty well when it comes to that Net Promoter Score. Onto our network construction as well as in-home installs. Our first phase of that smooth construction period. I'm sure you guys seen it so far. When you're out on the property, walking about on the sidewalks, you see that all of our construction crews are out there. They're trenching the grounds. Most of it is hand trenched, so it's very it's minimally invasive into your property. We have dedicated construction oversight. So what this means is that we have our supervisor always on site, and usually when anything happens, any escalations occur, the property lets me know, and then my guys are already there to fix it right away. And we take care of all landscaping every week. And we also have weekly on-site coordination, whether it's between the property and myself, or my construction team and myself. And also at the end of this entire project, we're gonna do a walkthrough with the property as well as the HOA, just to make sure that we've satisfied all the landscaping needs and making sure we've left the ground better than we got when we got there. Easy installs. As you know, we have on-screen TiVo guide, and it's similar to your X1 Comcast platform. What we have better is an enhanced training session. So we do a lot of those. We'll start doing monthly town halls where we're doing training sessions to get you guys more familiarized with the new product. We'll have our technicians set up your Wi-Fi, and we're doing this all in one visit. So it's not going to be multiple installs. We're going to be there once and get it over with right then and there. We also have custom launch materials. Not many companies do this. We have materials just for Venetian Isles. We've spoken with the board as well as the HOA to see what you guys are looking for when it comes to instructions, brochures, as well as manuals, and we created that just for Venetian Isles. And finally, the Blue Stream guarantee. What is a company without their guarantees with service, right? So we have enterprise style service level guarantee. This means that individual home visits are under 4 hours from your call, and that's the guarantee we're giving you. We also have enhanced virtual remote technician support. This is when we are able to actually diagnose and troubleshoot remotely. This will decrease the tech visits to your home, as well as all the truck rolls coming into your house, so that we can do a lot of work remotely. Hospital grade redundancy, and I'll show you this in the next coming slides, but we have a redundant network, so our service will never be down. What makes fiber different? As you guys know, right now, you either have the Comcast or AT&T, and they're provided through that coax network. So coax is actually a very old product. It's been there for the past 20, 30 years. And it's the thing with coax is that it's a shared bandwidth. So you're actually sharing that bandwidth with different homes. So let's say you're sharing the speeds and the power outlet with your neighbor. So you're gonna see when people are using the network more and more during high volume times, you're gonna start seeing that decrease in the speed. You're gonna see it not be consistent. And with coax, you're amplifying the signals. It's not like a mesh network, but you're just boosting the signal out. It's a very limited capacity, as well as very vulnerable to environmental factors. A little chip on the coax, a little cut in there, you will start gradually decreasing your speeds, but it's really hard to kind of configure where that cut is. So it's a hard fix. With the fiber network, you have the one neighborhood hub that connects to several nodes around the community, and each house gets its own fiber bandwidth. So you're not sharing bandwidth with neighbors. You're getting the full capacity. If you're getting those 1 gig speeds, you're getting that 1 gig speed. You're not going to be sharing it. So it doesn't matter if everyone's on the internet at 7 p.m. Your speeds won't be affected. Everything is underground, so it's weather resistant and it's future proof. If you look at an article in real estate, it brings up the home value about 3 to 9%. So fiber is the thing of the future, and the way we do it, we have protective conduit underground. We seal it properly, where a lot of people just bring the fiber into the home, they don't properly protect and secure it. And this is what I was talking about, redundancy that Blue Stream guarantees. So if you look at the left, it's a statewide ring. What this means is that we have a fiber circuit all around the state. So if one community or one territory, their fiber drops, the circuit is redundant, so it comes from the other way and it boots it back up. So we have a 99.9 uptime with our service. So you'll never see the service be down. And also now if you go to the local ring, all the communities inside that ring will be in a redundant network. And that's what Venetian Isles is in. We have a redundant circuit. That means we have 2 circuits connecting to your neighborhood hub. And that means you'll never be without service. If one's down, the other one boots right back up. I'm sure you guys have seen this so far in the properties. If you look on the right, that picture of the box underground that people heard, it's a vault. It houses our fiber, and it's later around the whole property. If you look at Comcast or AT&T or other providers, they have a similar thing, but it's a tower coming out of the ground. So with this, it's aesthetically more pleasing, as well as it's weatherproof, and it's just a safer place to house your internet. Because you knock one of those towers down, you lose internet. But here, it's very hard to actually get into one of those vaults. And as I mentioned, hand trenching, we try our best to make sure we leave the landscape the way we found it. We have those weekly project meetings just to ensure that the construction's going well, there's no issues. Now the install process. So when the install happens, we install all your services at once, all the fiber, all your products. This usually takes about 3 to 4 hours. And why I say it takes 3 to 4 hours, I would probably say it takes maybe an hour and a half or 2 hours for the entire install. But then the techs to stay there and kind of teach the customer, teach the resident about their services, kind of make sure they feel comfortable with their TV, with their internet, all their devices are plugged in properly. If they change their network, just to make sure all their smart devices are in the new Bluestream network. So they want to leave your house set, so you don't have to call in, or there's no issues, or you don't feel uncomfortable with the product you have. Someone 18 and older must be at home. It can't be a Bluestream representative. So if it's a neighbor or if it's one of your nephews or kids, they can be there for the install. And if you plan to get a phone with Bluestream, we'll actually port your phone number over from a previous provider and install your home phone. All right, just a quick service update, guys. So construction of the fiber network is expected to be completed by the middle of December. We will resume installs on January 3rd, 2022. Before that, we'll have this kind of beta tester period from where about 10 to 20 residents will be getting their service installed earlier, just to make sure we're testing the fiber network, make sure everything's working properly before we provide it to the rest of the property. This is a good way we can kind of test the network and see if anything comes up. And we just want to make sure everything is perfect for that first couple months of installs. All right, guys, take a quick second and just write that number down. We will be sending emails as well as mail postcards to your homes with this number. But this is your dedicated customer service line. So what this line is that it's a line solely for Venetian Isle residents. So when you guys call in, you'll actually cut the wait on the regular phone. So if you call into the main Bluestream office number, this number will take precedent over that. So we'll actually pick up this number first. And as well as we offer a 1 minute average hold time on this phone number. And you'll use this phone number for any customer service, any technical support, as well as all your installs. Number is 561-363-2350. And I will be sending this out via email as well as post mail. All righty, so your 3 easy steps to get your services. So your first step will be, and I'll show you the link as well, is to register for a personal consultation or appointment What this means is that you either call us or go online to sign up for your consultation. What a consultation is that the date and time you pick, we'll call you that day and time, and we'll go over what services you are getting from the HOA, what other add-ons you would like, as well as what's a good date for installs. And it's just kind of something like we like to do because a lot of people, they're going to be calling, they're going to be asking questions. We want to take time to actually consult over the services you're getting and kind of make sure you guys understand what is being provided to you, as well as what do you need to meet your needs when it comes to telecommunication service. All right, so here we go again. So this will be sent in an email as well as postcard. Your phone registration, this is the phone number you call in with. And if you look on the down here, this is the link we're going to use. It's going to be mybluestream.info/Venetian Isle sign up. The access code is 33472. And again, we will be sending this out. This will be when you call in for these dates, December 13th to the 23rd, we'll be holding those consultation appointments. So when you call in or when you sign up, this is for when when one of our Bluestream reps will call you during this time and consult with you for your services. This will not be your install. I'll give you guys just another 15 seconds or so just to see this. Alrighty. Okay, and these will be the dates and time for those consultation appointments. We're gonna run it for for 9 days, right before Christmas Eve. And those appointment times are from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Alrighty, guys, now on to the meat and potatoes, what everyone's waiting for, the products and services. Internet. Internet's a big thing. The bulk internet services you guys are getting that's provided from the HOA is going to be 300 megabytes by 300 megabytes upload and download speed. These are symmetrical speeds. What symmetrical speeds means is that when you have your download is when you're downloading files off the internet, but your upload speed is when you're uploading your files onto the internet. So upload can be like Zoom. So if your Zoom is weak, signal is weak, your upload strength is low, it's because your upload signals are usually low. So with Comcast, AT&T, and most coax providers, they don't hit those symmetrical speeds. With fiber, we're able to get 300 by 300, 400 by 400. If you're with another provider, you're probably getting 200 by 20, or if you're paying for a gig, 1 gig by 50. So we were able to get those symmetrical speeds to make sure you can get your both upload and download speeds. We have 1 gig speeds available, 1 gig by 1 gig. And as I mentioned, we're looking to implement 10 gig by 10 gig in the upcoming year or two. Every night, our network operations center does a remote monitoring of the home network. So they look at all of the signals to make sure it's strong. They see your router or your ONT, which is the optical network terminal. That's your router/modem. And they're going to be able to monitor remotely to make sure it's giving the best strength, all the fiber, all the light levels is in place. So this is a good way that fiber is very manageable. Unlike other coax or other providers, when it comes to fiber, we're able to customize and manage that network to make sure it's never down, as well as we also have this new Wi-Fi pod technology. So the Wi-Fi pod, I'll go over this in the next slide as well, but it's a mesh system so you don't have any weak spots in the house where Wi-Fi cannot connect to. These same pods have malware protection, firmware security, so it'll actually let you know if there's any phishing, malware, or any virus coming up, and I'll also prevent that as well. The technician will also show you this. They'll help you download the app called HomePass, and the HomePass app allows you to manage your network, change the name, change the password, put in guest or parental controls, so you can really customize your whole network. As you see on the right, that's a picture of one of our pods. So these pods our technician, when they get to your house, will do a survey around the entire house to see where you have the weakest Wi-Fi coverage, and they'll implement a pod there so you actually don't lose any signal. And instead of boosting the signal, it's actually sharing it with the entire house, so you're not losing any speeds. It has a consistent network speed around the whole house. And this pod also has those automated Wi-Fi health checks. We'll actually run a health check every day or every other day and see if your speeds are up to par. And if not, it will actually adjust itself. So the longer you keep your pod in the same location, it'll actually adapt to your household, to your movements. So if you're going to room, it'll make sure your devices connect to it properly, and you're also getting that consistent internet coverage on your whole house. It's a really cool diagram that kind of shows how these pods work. If you look on the left, it's the standard Wi-Fi with, let's say your router is located centrally in the living room. So that kind of boosts the signal around. It gets weaker and weaker as you get to the bedrooms and the laundry rooms. With the Bluestream Fiber whole home managed Wi-Fi system, you can implement a pod across these different rooms, and the entire network will be optimized around your entire house. And also each one of these pods can also act as a router. It has 2 Ethernet ports, which you can connect your computer to, your set-top box, your laptop, anything you want. Now on to the television services. So with the HOAs provided, we provide you with the video on demand, all HD content. You guys gain digital core package with 200 plus channels. HBO and all of the channels that come with HBO are included into your channel lineup. You have TiVo and Android TV with Google Assistant. So we've partnered with TiVo, and TiVo is actually a Google partner, so it's certified by Google themselves. And we actually work with TiVo to share our TV services. You also have a cloud DVR, 100 hours included. You can always opt in for more, but I have never seen anyone use that many hours. But you can pay a premium for 200 hours, 300 hours, 400 hours, etc. As mentioned, HD service for all your channels, all your boxes. This comes with 4 set-top boxes. They're wireless streamers. So all you gotta do is plug into your TV and a power outlet. It does not need to connect to your router or to any of the wall units. It can just go straight to the TV and to a power outlet. Each box will come with 1 voice remote as well. And I'll share in the next slide, but you can also opt in to get extra TV boxes for $10 per month. So a cool thing about Bluestream, as you've noticed, is that we're very minimalistic. We don't like to do a lot of things that are not aesthetically pleasing. So this TiVo box you see right here is about the size of your phone. It's probably much smaller actually nowadays, and also it's very slim, and you can actually hide it behind your TV, put it under the wall unit. It uses Bluetooth to connect to the remote, so you don't have to actually point your remote to it to be able to use it. And our customer support team, our tech support team, they can actually they can actually troubleshoot and diagnose this box remotely in case you start seeing, some glitches, or maybe it wasn't upgraded properly, or you're not seeing all your channels. They're able to fix that all remotely, so you don't have to wait for a tech to come to your house. And I'll go over this more, but each Google remote comes with Google Assistant, and it has some pretty cool features if you have some smart devices or if you enjoyed using voice remotes in the past. So a very simple interface. It's an easy to use guide. It comes, you can have it like this where you see all the wall art for each of these different apps, different channels, or you can have that simple guide structure layout for your TV. It has the network DVR, so like I said, it's over the internet. So let's say you lose your TV box, it doesn't matter. You'll still have all your DVR content because it's up in the cloud. So you'll never have to worry about losing all your saved recordings, your saved shows. And start over and catch up, I'll go over this in the next slide as well. But you're able to go back in the past about 72 hours to watch that show again, or if you missed that show, to watch it. And with the Google remote, you can say it, you can see it, and you can watch it. That's what their motto is. So you can just say whatever show you want to watch, and it will pop up on the Google on the TV. So recording all your shows, it's a system called OnePass, and you record as many shows or movies as you want. You can customize it to say which season you want to record from, any reruns, or it's only new recordings or new TV shows. So it's very customizable. And then you can watch these recordings from any device anywhere. So let's say that all your devices will share the recording, so you can watch from any room. But also, if you have your phone or if you have a tablet, you can put your recordings on using the app. You can watch the recordings on there as well. It's the Bluestream Fiber TV app, which I'll go over as well in the next slide. But you can do this anywhere. So snowbirds, you can watch your recordings from up north or up in Canada. And so you don't have to be physically at your house to watch them. And here's kind of going over that start over and catch up feature. So if you look at the guide on the right-hand side of the screen, it shows there's like this green little arrow going backwards, and that means you can start over and catch up. So if you scroll left all the way back to the guide about 72 hours, you'll see all those shows at that green arrow, so you can watch that show. So let's say if you forgot to record last night, the Late Show, and you want to watch it today, you can actually go back and watch that show without having to record it, paying for it, going on demand. It will just be available to you on the guide. So another cool thing is that our TV service actually doesn't need the that TiVo box to work. If you have a phone, tablet in the Google Play Store, you can download the Bluestream Fiber TV app. And on that app, you can actually watch all your whole channel lineup. So all your live TV, all your recordings, all your video on demand. Yeah, and it's also on the Apple Store. So if you have iPhone or iPad, you can watch all your live TV, all your recordings, and all that kind of stuff on those tablets and devices. And even better is our Amazon Fire Stick. So the community is giving you guys, you have 4 boxes that come with the service. Let's say if you have 5 TVs, if you buy an Amazon Fire Stick for 20 to 30 bucks, you can actually watch live TV and all your recordings on your TV without having to purchase another box for $10 a month. So that's another good way to, to use your services. We're offering you the ability to go onto Amazon Fire Stick, and if you download the app, you can watch your recordings, live TV, video on demand, all the same content you would with a set-top box. So since the TiVo box has partnered with Google, you're able to use the Google TV Play Store. And with the Google TV Play Store comes about 3,000 apps. So if you have right now an Android TV, usually a Samsung Smart TV, LG, or a Vizio, you have the Google TV Play Store. You can download any apps like Prime Video, YouTube, Hulu, that's Netflix, any music like Spotify, Pandora, as well as a lot of sports apps like MLB, ESPN. So if you have your favorite, let's say if you have a Roku Fire Stick as well, although or the Roku stick, you can use those apps on this TiVo box as well. So you don't have to go back and forth between different products and devices. And the Google Assistant has a powerful voice search. So you can actually the voice search actually syncs up with all these apps as well. So you can actually tell the voice remote to go to Netflix and watch a specific show, or go on YouTube and watch a specific a recording or a video. Now on to the Google Remote and the Google Assistant. So if you guys are familiar with Alexa or Google Home, or even Siri on your iPhones, this is very similar. You have your Google Assistant where you can just pick up your remote and ask it, what's the weather today? Is there traffic going down 95 to Broward? You can actually ask it trivia questions like who won the Super Bowl. You can, the real good thing is that you can actually use it to watch TV and different content. So what I like to do is, if I can ask Google, show me action movies with Tom Cruise. It will pop up action movies with just Tom Cruise, and you can customize it. You can ask it different things to recommend you different shows and different movies. Another thing I use it for is my smart devices. I have smart lights in my bedroom. I have a smart doorbell as well as smart garage. I can actually tell it to turn off the lights, the garage, the door, lock the doors. So another cool feature it has, let's say if you're sitting on the couch, you don't want to go up and turn off the light. You just tell your remote to do it and your lights turned off. You're watching TV, being super lazy like I am. All right, so let's take a minute just to look at these upgrades that are being offered. So these, if you choose to opt into any upgrades, they will be billed separately to your residence. If you don't have any of these upgrades, you will not be receiving a bill from Bluestream. The bill will only be from to the HOA. Our Digital Plus package is $21.95. This has over 300 channels. A lot of our premium channels are on there as well. We'll be sending out the channel lineup so you guys can see, as well as all of this in a different email, as well as marketing material sent to your house. For an extra $25 a month, you can double your internet speeds, and $10 more than that, you can actually get 1 gig, which is actually pretty good when it comes to that 1 gig speeds, because we have that symmetrical speed. Unfortunately, I don't live in a Bluestream HOA, so I pay about $130 for just internet, 1 gig. So this is actually a big saving for me. DVR hours, like I mentioned, if you want to upgrade your hours, if you watch more than 100 hours of recordings. Concurrent streams. So what concurrent streams means is that how many devices can use your Bluestream Fiber TV service. So you have you get 5 from Bluestream with free of charge. So you have your 4 set-top boxes, that's 4 streams, then a Fire Stick, that's 5 streams. So if you want additional Fire Sticks or additional devices to be able to stream that content, you have to pay $1 or $2 extra a month to get that. Home protection plan. So this home protection plan is basically, it's not a security plan, it's more of a insurance plan. So let's say if you were to drop your router or your ONT on the ground or damage it somehow, we would cover the cost for that. We would cover the truck roll to get there, to come there and fix it. And this also helps with, I usually tell people, if you're renting out your house, it's a good protection plan to have, just in case something breaks or you lose a remote or anything like that. So I do see some people raising their hands. I'll be answering those questions at the end of the presentation, but feel free to ask the chat. They'll answer it for you. All right, and our phone service, it's a voice over IP, so it's a fiber phone service. So you have that perfect sounding connection. You don't have to worry about call coverage. You can walk around in your entire house and speak with full coverage. We have 29 popular calling features, including call waiting and anonymous call rejection. We have very good, actually, competitive international calling rates. If you go onto our bluestreamfiber.com website, you can actually see all the rates for the different international countries. And we're providing the community with a special rate of $19.95 a month, which I know is an industry low for phone lines. So this is actually a good deal for you guys to get. Alrighty, so I'm gonna be taking questions right now. So I'm gonna look through the chat and see some of the really good questions we have. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna keep it on this screen for now, and I'll move it back to the screen to do the signups as well, so people can just see it while we're in the chat. Alrighty, so let's see. So Robin asked, how many shows can you tape at the same time? And can you watch the tape shows on any TV in your room? So you can record as many shows as you want, and it'll be on all your devices. Okay, and let's see. Lori asked, are you sharing this deck with residents? So we are. We're going to be sending this out to the HOA to send it out to email blast you guys. And as well, we'll be sending out some marketing materials, such as the signups, the phone numbers, and the day of your installs, you'll be getting your entire channel lineup, a whole welcome kit with all the manuals, and just some good information to have. So Peter asked, what about Netflix and Prime Video? So I see everyone is asking questions directly to me. If you guys ask those questions, if you can direct it to everyone in the meeting, so then they can all see, and my team can answer, that'll help us out. But I'll still be answering here. So Peter is asking, what about Netflix and Prime Video? So you can download the app. As long as you have a subscription, you can use it on our TiVo platform. So you don't have to jump through different devices. Okay, let's see. Just a quick thing, guys. Like I said, make sure you're directing your questions to everyone in the chat. I see that everyone's directing it to me, so only I can see those questions, but make sure putting it to everybody. So Marilyn asked, we have HBO Max. Yes, so you will have HBO Max as part of since you have the HBO package, you actually download the HBO Max app and use your Bluestream credentials to log into it. Doug asked if he has an internet-based phone service that hooks up to his router. Will it be compatible with our service? Yes. So if it's internet-based phone service, as long as it can connect to one of our ONTs, which is a modem or router, it should be able to work. Debbie asked, if you already have premium channels, such as Starz, Showtime, Netflix, do I need to resubscribe through you? So you don't need to resubscribe through us, but when it comes to Starz and Showtime, you have to just download their app through our TiVo platform and then use your same credentials to watch them through that app. Steve and Judy asked, how do we return our Comcast equipment? So I believe when it comes to Comcast equipment, you would just have to go to a Comcast store, or I believe if you go online and you get the return slip from them, you just go to UPS directly and they'll ship it over to them. So another great question from Michelle, if you get a bill from Comcast for services like premiums and add-ons, do you need to cancel those services on your own? Yes, so what I recommend is that after your install date, wait a day or two to make sure everything is working, and then cancel your Comcast services, just to make sure you're not going dark for any period of time. So do not return your Comcast equipment and do not cancel your Comcast services till after you're fully installed, and let it adjust for about a day or so, just to be safe. I don't want you guys to go out without internet or TV for a couple of days. Okay, so it says that there's a setting that people cannot direct their chat to the entire audience. Let me see. Okay, I think this was a setting that was pre-made. So I apologize. I cannot change the setting right now. But I'll be going over all the questions. So a resident asked a great question about, your Comcast service is set to be shut down at February 1st, and we're beginning installs in January. So we are able to accommodate all those installs. We're going to set several appointments during the day. We have several techs on site, and so we're going to have a numerous amount of installs to make sure that everyone is fully migrated over to Bluestream before the cutoff date. And we're still going through some construction. So if you still see flags on the ground and some construction work being done, we're not set to finish construction until middle of December. I'll be sending this recorded video to the HOA. They'll be putting it on their website. We'll be sending out the link to you guys so you guys can all rewatch this, as well as this PowerPoint deck. So Judy asked, will I be able to get NFL Red Zone? So NFL Red Zone isn't actually part of the Bluestream service. You have to pay for it on your own, but you can download the app through our TiVo system and just use your own credentials to log into it. Bev asked, how many phones do you have the phone service? So we don't actually offer the phone, we offer the phone service. So as many phones as you want. I mean, it comes with one line for $19.95, and it's all over the internet. Okay, another great question. For snowbirds, what is your policy for on hold off suspension? So for snowbirds, I mean, if you have the services that provide through HOA, you don't need any holds because you're not, it's already being paid for. But let's say you increased your internet or you're paying for premium channels, you can just cancel that and then reapply. So you're not paying for a seasonal hold. But we do have seasonal holds, but you guys just wouldn't need it for the stuff that's being provided to you guys. I mean, if you do get a phone service though, the phone service is going to be a $6 per month seasonal hold. Another great question. So what if you go up north for several months? Can you take your TV service? So you can actually use your Bluestream login through an Amazon Fire Stick or any of your smart devices and watch it up north, your whole entire channel lineup. You'll only see however, you won't see any of your local channels up north, but you'll get your regular channel lineup. Robin asked, is the Peacock network included? It is not included with this plan. I see a lot of people asking about the Digital Plus channel lineup. I'll be sending that out to you guys shortly, so you guys can all see that for yourselves before you opt into it, or if you just to see if you guys want to get it or not. Oh, here we go. So I changed the setting, guys. So you're able to chat to everybody. Thank you, Bernard, for helping me out with that. All right, guys, let me go to the slide with, let's see. Guys, if I haven't answered your question, please try asking again so my team can get to it. You should be able to direct your message to everybody. So Debbie asked, we have evening appointments. Yes, so we'll have AM and PM appointments. Our AM timeframes will be in the from 8 to 12, and our PM timeframes are 1 to 5. And we will be doing Monday through Saturday. Elise asked, can we review the number of boxes you're getting and how much additional boxes? So you're through the HOA, you're going to be provided with 4 TiVo set-top boxes, and is $10 per month to get an extra one per extra box. Debbie asked, do you charge for service? So these are all free installs. And she asked if there's an 800 number. So this Bluestream dedicated phone number right here is just for Venetian Isles. Tech support is available 24/7 through this phone number. Debbie asked, can we remotely fix the problem like Xfinity? Yes, so we do have the ability to fix most problems remotely. As mentioned, with fiber, it's a more manageable network. So we're able to customize, diagnose, and troubleshoot remotely with a lot of the issues that happen. Susan asked, do I lose all my current DVR recordings? Unfortunately, yes, you do. Since we're going to a different provider, you'll be only have Bluestream recordings. Lisa asked, she works from home. Will there be any downtime during this transition? And so there actually won't be a downtime. The only dark period is when we're actually doing the install. So however long the install takes you, 2 to 4 hours, that's the only time your internet will be down. So make sure when you do sign up for your installs, it's a time where you can afford to lose out a couple hours here and there. Steve asked, how many pods do you normally install in a home to provide complete wireless coverage? So it depends on the home size, depends on the blueprints of the home. The engineer will go in, they have an app called Wi-Fi Sweet Spots. They'll go around the house and just see where all the dead zones are. And then they'll, they're an expert in this field. So they'll properly place those pods. We recommend you don't move those pods because it could mess up your mesh network. But if you ever do see, some loss of wireless coverage, just call us on the Bluestream number and they can actually fix remotely. Andrea asked, what happens to the wires coming into the house from Comcast? So we won't be actually touching any of our Comcast equipment or wires. It'll all still be there. So if you want to keep Comcast and Bluestream, you're able to. We actually are not allowed to touch Comcast wiring, so that'll be up to to you guys, the property owners. Laura asked another great question. Xfinity bills us for Netflix. So Bluestream does not will not collect your Netflix bill. You'll have to create an account directly through Netflix and get billed separately. So there will be no coax at all provided by Bluestream. It'll be an all fiber underground, and the fiber will come into your home and it'll go connect directly to your ONT, which is your modem and router. And then from there, it'll give it the wireless signal out to all your boxes and all your devices. So Martin asked if the pods cost extra. No, the pods are with this deal. The phone service is $19.95 a month. And again, the extra set-top box is $10 a month. Guys, please make sure to ask your questions to everybody in the chat so my team can answer them as well. Can Apple TV with premium channels be integrated? So unfortunately, we don't have an integration with Apple TV, but it's the same. If it's on the same TV, you can just switch back and forth from that device. Susan asked a question, will we get a Newsmax channel? So we don't currently provide Newsmax through the TiVo IP lineup. If you currently have a Comcast email address, you can still keep it. It's not going to be affected through this entire process. Bluestream does not offer you an email address, so if you prefer to keep the Comcast email address, you can. The speed that is being offered for free to the community is 300 megabytes by 300 megabytes. And if you want to get the 600 megabytes, which is double, it's $25. If you want to get the 1 gig, which is more than triple, that's about $35 a month. Paramount Plus is not included in your channel lineup. However, you can still download the app on our TiVo device and use your own credentials to log into that. Robert asked if Alexa voice commands work with systems. So most Alexa voice commands and Google commands work simultaneously together. So what I say is just to try it out, see how far you can go with the AI that's already built into the remote. You can do a lot with the Google Voice remote. So this gentleman uses a battery backup for his router. He's asking if he needs a backup battery package for each of the pods that are in the house. So if you would probably need a backup for each one of those pods to be live, because if they run through the power, so if there's no power in your house, then those pods won't work. So we will not be touching the Comcast equipment. You'll have to call Comcast and then return the equipment to them. So with a fiber running to your home, you can ask the tech to see if they can accommodate to where you guys like to put the router. But if usually the tech will have the best place to put it, and it's up to their discretion to see if, because if it's a location you want and we can't accommodate, he'll let you know. But most time we're pretty flexible to move the router to a different location in the house. Steve asks, is the Big Ten network part of the standard channel lineup? The Big Ten network is part of the standard channel lineup. Ellen asked, can you use the Bluestream fiber app if you're up north and your family is down south simultaneously? And yes, you can. So like I said, it comes with 5 streams. So 5 devices are allowed to use it at once. However, if you want more, you would have to pay for additional streams. So you cannot use your Apple TV with the Bluestream device. We are still working with them, but to get that into our device, but not just yet. All right, guys, we have about 3 more minutes, but like I said, I'll be answering. I'll be sending out this deck and this recording to the HOA so they can provide it to all you guys. We'll also be sending out some marketing materials via email and post it. Phone service is unlimited long distance. Barry asked if you have access to music channels. Yes, you do. We do have music channels. So if you currently have any Comcast cabling in your house, we won't be touching it. Like I said, with Comcast, you'll have to call them and ask, but we're only going to be using our BlueStream equipment. Great question by Maddie. Do we have a cell phone package? No, unfortunately, we do not offer a cell phone package. A good question is, how will the phone system work with the security system? So it depends on the security system you have. You'll have to ask them. But we're able to work with most security systems if they use voice over IP. All right, you guys, we have about another minute or so left. All right, I'm gonna go over the consultation one more time. So make sure you call this phone number, this phone number, and as well as, so this phone number will be active for you guys to call from December 3rd to 23rd, but you can sign up early right now for a consultation. Remember, this consultation is for you to sign up, and then we'll call you during this time to set you up for your install. That will be happening after January 3rd. All right, guys. So if no more questions, I thank you for your time. I'll be sending this out to everybody. If any questions, please feel free to call us in our call center. But I will be sending out a lot of this document, a lot of this material to you guys. So just expect that in the next week or so. All right, guys. Thank you so much. Have a great night.